Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful wind spinner. It's such a fun project, perfect for adding a splash of color to your garden, balcony or even indoors. So let's get started. To make these I am using 4 colors of yarns and these are wool yarns, okay? And for the crochet hook I am using a 2.5 mm crochet hook here, okay? But don't worry if you don't have the exact yarn or color, you can use any color of your choice. It will look beautiful no matter what color you choose. So let's dive straight in the tutorial now. So here I am making the foundation chain first. So start by making a slip knot and then make 95 chains. Okay, I'm using a dark blue color here since this will be forming the inner part of my wind spinner. So make a slip knot and then make 95 chains. This will form a foundation chain. If you are having any confusion in the basic stitches that I'm talking about, you can also refer to our channel to check our shorts series for basic stitches. So there I have explained each and every stitch step by step. Either it'll be a slip knot, a chain stitch, or a single crochet, double crochet. So there you can refer to check our basic crochet series. Okay, so by the end of the row we'll be having around 15 inches long chain. Okay, so now we'll be moving on to step 2 and making the base row. So for that we have to insert the hook in the second chain from the hook and then make a single crochet in each stitch, okay? And so work your way down the entire row, and at the end of the row you should be having a total of 94 stitches. Okay, so now we will be switching to color B. Here I am using a light blue color. So first to change color, I'm making a slip knot with the color B. Okay, and then I will just slip stitch here to resume the stitch and then make 2 chains. And now the point where I had left the color with the color A, I will be pulling up the loop with the color B like this, and then I will be making 2 chains. And now we will be making the V-stitch row. So for that, in the first stitch we have to make 1 half double crochet, and then we have to make 1 chain, and then again we have to make 1 half double crochet into the same stitch. So we have to repeat that in every stitch across the row. Okay, so by doing this pattern we are forming a V shape, hence the V stitch row. So here the V stitches will help the wind spinner take a spiral shape and give it a beautiful open texture. At the end of this row, make one last V stitch, chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Okay, and for the row 3 that we will be starting with the color C, we will be starting at the same point that we had started this row. Okay, and not at the end of this row, so just remember that. So we will be completing this row and I will meet you at the start of the next step. Okay, so moving on to the step 4, this will be the treble crochet ridges, and I will be changing colors for this and using a color C. So you have to join your yarn into the center of the first V stitch. Okay, so in the center of the first V stitch, and then you have to make 3 chains. Okay, so this will be acting as a first treble crochet, and then you have to make 2 more treble crochets in the same stitch. Okay, so in every V stitch across, make 3 treble crochet sets of 3 treble crochets each across the row, and at the last finish with the last set of 3 treble crochet in the final V stitch, chain 1 and then fasten off the yarn. This step gives the wind spinner its signature spiral twist. Finish with the last set of 3 treble crochet in the final V stitch, chain 1 and then fasten off the yarn. Now moving on to the step 5, that is forming the final edge of our wind spinner. So now just switch color to a color D and then join your yarn to the top of the first stitch and then chain 1. Okay, chain 1 and then slip stitch into the next stitch. Now you have to repeat the same pattern all across the row. Chain 1 then slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch. Okay, so by doing so it creates a neat border along the edge, and at the end just do a chain 1 and then fasten off the yarn. At the start of this step I had left a longer length of the yarn because with that I will be making the loop, the hanging loop for the wind spinner. So before starting with this step, just remember to leave a considerable length of this yarn to make a hanging loop. Okay, so as we have reached the end of the round, I am chaining 1 and just cutting off the yarn. Now that our wind spinner body is ready, let's create the hanging part so we can display it beautifully. Okay, to make the hanging part, we will be inserting the hook like this from here. Okay, and just pulling the free end of the yarn like this into a loop. Okay, and with the shorter part of the yarn that is left here, I will be making a double knot here with the loop like this. Okay, that's one knot and that's a second knot. Okay, so here I have made a basic and simple hanging loop here, and for the free end that is left I will be just sewing it with a darning needle in the border part of our wind spinner like this. Just remember that the loop that I have made is with the extra part of the yarn that I had left at the start of this step. Now let's add a tassel to the bottom of our wind spinner for that extra decorative touch. So I have already made the tassel. So let's attach it to the bottom of our wind spinner. So to attach it, what we will be doing, we will be inserting it in the bottom stitch of our wind spinner. To attach, just insert your hook and pull the yarn like this and then give it a good knot just give it a double knot to secure it properly. To conceal the visible part of the yarn, I will just take a darning needle, insert my yarn like this, and then pass it through the tassel like this, okay? So that it's not visible from outside. Just brush the tassel a bit, and you can also trim the edges if they are uneven, and there we are ready now. Your wind spinner is now complete with the hanging loop and tassel. Thank you so much for following along with me today. I hope you enjoyed making this as much as I did. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials and creative projects. Until next time, happy crocheting!